Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So tonight we're drinking triple Trappist Rochefort Triple Extra. This is 8.1% version, made in Belgium, as you probably well know yourselves. If you follow these Trappist beers, it's obviously a Belgian beer made by Trappists. Curvato Resurgio, it says on the top. I ain't got a clue what that means. Got it from Brew Cavern, a local beer shop in Nottingham, who are actually opening Brew Tavern. So on Heathcote Street, I ain't got a clue where Heathcote Street is. I know it, I've heard of it, but I can't remember where it is. Yeah, so in the next few months they're opening Brew Tavern. And this should be really interesting. You know, it's a way of furthering the business and supporting the craft beer industry. So I, myself, Mr. Raggy's Beer Reviews, not that means a lot in the grand scheme of things. But, this thing where people on YouTube have got big egos because they've got 1,000 subscribers or 2,000 or more and more. Just the same. It don't really bother me. And people know that when I'm out and about because I'm dead shy and sit in the corner until I've had a beer and I don't care. So it's a hazy. What colour is that? I ain't got a clue. What colour would you call that? That is a funny thing. Colours are bonkers at times. Yeah, it's not orange, it's not yellow. Would you call it salmon? No, salmon's pink. It's a shade of orangey brown. So anyway, yeah, a bit of a head. Not much on the nose on this. No. Yeah, not much on the nose at all. Yeah, let's dive in. Even though it's cold, it tastes quite thick. It's a Belgian beer, so I'm expecting certain flavours to come through. I've got to be honest, it's tasting really nice. I prefer this over number 8, Trappist 8. Trappist 10 is the one I want to try. By everyone's recommendations, you know, on YouTube, Trappist 10 is definitely the one that's got to be on the Raggy hit list. I am absolutely freezing. The temperature's dropped no end outside. I think drinking cold beer don't help though because cold beer, cold temperatures just makes you feel really cold. Nothing so good as drinking a nice hot coffee or a Bovril. God, I love Bovril. That first winter when I was over at Newark, just to keep warm, I was having Bovril, and it just tasted so nice. That like hot beef stock flavours. Oh, brilliant. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what Brew Cavern do with Brew Tavern. Obviously, I don't really. I mean, I've been in Brew Cavern years ago, not long after he started, and I was in that. And I'll be openly honest, I was at that stage where, wow, I'm not paying silly prices for beer, and you know, they were the days where I was a supermarket beer drinker long before I did beer reviews. Nowadays, I will pay up to, 13 quid for a beer. And so times have changed, and I think people forget that government duty forces the price of beer up somewhat massively. And so some of these good ABV beers aren't cheap. They aren't cheap because they can't sell them cheap because the government take the majority of the cost. Always something to remember, when you slag off any bottle shops. If you think the beers are expensive, just remember ABV does matter, and there is a cost thing. Same in supermarkets. Supermarkets can't charge below a certain price on ABV legally. I mean, it's technically the UK is not, England is not supposed to be under the same laws as Scotland, price per unit, but they are damn well are, even if it's stealth. And that's been in since 2015. As a Sainsbury's worker, we used to get a discount on spirits, and they stopped the discount on spirits because it was placing the spirits underneath the price per unit. So yeah, that was quite an eye opener back in the day. We weren't allowed to reduce beers down to a certain price below the unit. But it's funny how you can circumvent this, and I've seen shops do it, so I know it's doable. I've seen cheap shops sell spirits at silly prices, so I know it's all doable. But if you want to keep your license, obviously, one has to be careful in the grand scheme of things. So not your typical Belgian beer where all you get is bloody, I don't know, bananas and all that sort of thing. So again, on the nose, literally zilch on the nose. I can smell something there, but you can't put your nose on anything that's coming forward. But on the taste, a nice, flavourful. I'm certainly getting a hint of banana somewhere in the background. Only a hint, but it certainly doesn't feel synthetic like a beer I had yesterday, which did feel a bit synthetic. It's like someone's just got some cheap banana essence and chucked it in. Um, Whereas I was told by a certain brewery that you can stress the yeast and get banana flavours. So it just goes to show you. I think someone's going to come in a minute, so I'm going to need to kill the review. So, Rochefort triple extra. Yeah, 8.1%. Very different from a lot of Belgian beers that I've had. But for me, it actually, bar the aroma on the nose isn't much at all. But the taste, it's tasting lovely. It's for me, a lot better than the number 8, which I didn't really rate. We are what we are. We'll drink what we drink. For me, it was 4.4 out of 5, and that's it for this review. Thank you for watching. Keep warm. Cheers all.